Welcome to Make a Path Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and this is the second part to the color tops. If you are new to this video set, I did a Rick Grimes before this. Check the playlist, and we're going to jump right into this because I want this to feel like you can watch the playlist in the review room and go to the next video and pick up where we left off. Right now, we're going to take a look at MICHONNE. Now, here's the thing with MICHONNE. They did a fantastic job at her detail. Her face, her likeness, I should say, is terrific. The only thing, though, MICHONNE was one of the best figures that they did for the 5-inch line. One of the best. Her likeness in, I believe it's the Series 3 and the flashback MICHONNE that comes with the Governor Fish Tank headset or whatever. That's an incredible likeness to MICHONNE for such a small figure. I bought an extra one because I was just blown away. And the articulation, the amount of posing you can do with that Series 3. I know the price has gone up, but if you want a MICHONNE, a little 5-inch MICHONNE that you can display in different poses, I highly recommend you go and buy the flashback MICHONNE. I believe she's even a decent price, but let's jump over to this MICHONNE. Very nice likeness. Very great detail and sculpting in this figure. Sorry, I bumped the microphone, so that probably sounded like crap, but you get some nice wrinkles. McFarlane Toys does wrinkles in clothing and weathering very well for these gritty style figures, for gritty shows. The coloring, the detail in the vest. If you compare this figure to the figure that looks like this MICHONNE, the Series 3 and the flashback, this figure beats that figure on detail. The katana is 10 times better. The gloves on this figure, the hands, the body, the overall look of the arms with the torso, with the legs, it looks like you shrunk the actress down and put her and trapped her soul in a figure. The detail in the hair, her face, I kiss it once in a while at nighttime. The detail in her shoes. Now her feet don't move, but you have incredible detail if my camera will play along here. Very nice detail in the legs, the sneakers, the jeans, the folds, the dirt. Let me show this one. I believe there's even extra dirt or something, dust and dirt. The buckles. This MICHONNE detail-wise, it's stunning. I absolutely love it. The pose could have been different. I really definitely could have just taken a MICHONNE that's seriously standing straight up with a machete to her side, as if she's standing there looking over a battlefield, or if she's standing there preparing to attack, something. This right here just doesn't really fit with the other figures, and seeing that they put her in one pose and you can't really do nothing with, it seems like they did a reverse of this, which this is what I find frustrating and a lot of fans find frustrating. If you're going to make the 10-inch figures, why are they now 7 inches? Because this is the same thing. There's no articulation. Now, with this MICHONNE, you don't get these ugly looking thigh cuts with the 10-inch MICHONNE. Even the arms pop in and it hides the cuts in the arms. There's nothing there. Now, there's a little cut that's hidden in the gloves, and that's so you can maneuver it in the right spot, and that's perfect. But you get wonderful detail in the face. I love this MICHONNE. I think this is fantastic. However, this is the same style. So if you were to have statues and then action figures, I do not understand what McFarlane Toys was thinking at this time. I'm hoping what they thought is they can make statues and then slowly they can start adding articulation. This would help the cost. If it's cheaper to make them like this without articulation at first, hopefully that's what they were thinking, because to continue on with stuff like this MICHONNE, I don't know why they would also make 10-inch figures as well. I don't get it, you know? Because with the 10-inch figure, you're spending $35 for that. unless you wait for it to go on sale. They usually drop down to 20 once they're out for a while. But then if they drop on 20, you could get the big figure for 20, and then you got these little figures for 20. So it's as if, you know, he's fighting himself in the consumer market, because a lot of your consumers won't have money to buy everything you put out. So it's like you're fighting yourself. And if you would put out articulated smaller figures, I feel like you would do better overall, sales-wise. Now with this Michonne, her head moves, but you can't really move it much, because once you move it, you break the detail in her hair. Her arms, you can't move them. I mean, you can to kind of just wiggle the sword in place. The sword you don't want to take out, because the wrists, you can't move at all. The ankles, you can't move at all. So posing her, you just got to line up the cut in the thighs. The cut in the thigh I hate the most. I want it like the 10-inch, because it looks ugly. It's really noticeable, and it's ugly. It looks the best on Michonne, because she has these other lines in her jeans. But as you'll see coming up in other figures, it's hideous. Now this waist turn, that's another unusable articulation. And her sheath here, very good detail. It's a little too bendy, but I'm assuming that's to get it on the figure. But you can't put her sword in it, and I don't know why you would, because then you would have her standing in a weird pose like this. Now she does come with a base. I showed you before. The bases all look the same. It's got a it's got a cracked texture on the top, and that's pretty much it. The peg is in a different spot, which I find aggravating as all hell, because on some figures it's fine. Yeah, they moved it over there because she has a wide stance. That makes sense. But for Daryl and Travis, it's like over here in the corner. For Daryl, it makes sense because you put the zombie head there. But for Travis, it doesn't make sense. And they put it so close to this title tag, whatever you call that. They put it so close next to that, it forces you to stand the figure a certain way, or else his foot is going to hit that, and you can't face him forward, you know? So some things they do with this stand doesn't make sense, but take a quick peek at her weapon. It looks fantastic. This is probably, this and the 10-inch Michonne, probably one of the best likenesses they did with the weapon. It looks fantastic. Now, my final thoughts for Michonne alone before we move over to Travis. I love Michonne. I think the likeness is on point. If you're a fan of Michonne and you want this to go in your office or in your collection, this is a perfect figure for that. If you are into displays, dioramas, or if you're a kid or if you play with them, you're probably not going to want this whatsoever. This is geared for an adult collector that's going, an adult or a young adult, somebody who's mature, who likes to collect statues as well, put this on the shelf. This is going to be perfect for that type of collector. Now, I do say, though, I'm going to say this again, the detail is amazing. I love it. And I've compared it to closely, because it doesn't show up as well on camera, but you can see it. But if you are at home and you have this and the Series 3 Michonne, compare them side by side. The face is wonderful on Series 3, but the detail is, they step it up with the detail on everything. The clothes, the weathering, the buckles, every little detail. Her jacket has amazing detail now in the straps and everything. All the detail is highlighted on this bigger figure. So it's definitely worth getting. If articulation is the problem, go ahead and start collecting them and look at the ones that are getting some more articulation. Maybe that will give you some hope that they're going to continue with the articulation. Now let's move on over to Travis. I'm going to post a video right behind this video, so if you want to take a look at Travis as well, just click on over to Travis's. Subscribe now.